Greetings, Dr. Jacobs, fellow classmates. I am Darcel Tolliver, and I am coming to you to address the case scenario read that we had to this week on Alex, the 17-year-old young man who has autism and that is working in a department store. So, first, I would like to address that Alex is a very strong young man. He has a very good work ethic about himself. To say that he has autism, he is not letting it define him in any kind of way. He still has a strong background. He comes to work on time. He makes sure that he has a very good behavior about himself when he is at work. The only thing that is hindering Alex is his speaking, is him having to express himself to talk to someone. And he is very timid around his boss. He fears that he is not doing his job to his boss liking and that his boss may fire him because he is not working at the pace of his other coworkers. Alex is doing his job, but yet he is taking his time as he is doing his job. He is making sure that he is going over all numbers and everything before he submits it, which is awesome. You don't want to submit anything without making sure that it is correct, especially at your job or with anything that you're doing. So with my transition plan that I have, and is something similar to the transitions, plan that Alex has in real life, is that having a rehabilitation counselor come in with Alex, even if it's a vocational counselor to help him with his speaking, to help him express his words, his dialogue, and anything that he may have to let out. He's able to do that without being fearful, without having any short words, being timid or about anything. So having someone to come in who can help him speak or who can speak for him until he is comfortable would be a plus. Also, with his post-secondary education, he is a very bright young man in math he also loves math. So he can also find a vocational school, a 2-year degree college to where he can get an associate's degree to help him with math. And to say that Alex has a IEP, this IEP can follow him with his post-secondary education as well. He would have to give it to the counselors at whatever technical school that he chooses. But that IEP that he has in middle school, high school, elementary school will follow him so on. Now, when it comes to his parents, Alex's parents, we would suggest that Alex's parents, since he is 17, when he makes 18, he is now an adult. We suggest that all parents would then have a power of attorney over their children, especially those when they know that they are not able to make certain decisions for themselves. They are the ones who are going to have power of attorney. They cannot have any say-so or do anything without their guardian or parents' consent. Granted, even though that child is there or that young adult is there, they still need some sort of consent from their guardian before anyone, any counselor, anybody can move forward. And as well, when he is going into the assistance living program, Alex wants to have some independence about himself. So with the assistance living program, there will be counselors there as well, and they will evaluate him. He will have to have some evaluation because we don't want him going to an assisted living program and especially into a group home with others and you are not quite sure of their behavior issues. We know that Alex doesn't have a behavior issue, so we want to meet him where he is and place him in a home that will be comfortable to him, to his liking, and as well safe environment for him. You don't want to put him into a home that has not been evaluated for his liking, and then you don't know who is in there, and that can trigger any behavior issues that he may have or that he did not know that he had. So I would say having all rehabilitation programs, vocational, post-secondary, and as well as assisted living will come together once a month to evaluate and bring their dialogue together to see, okay, well, how is Alex doing here on the job? How is he doing here while, he has been in school? What is his grades like? Do he need help with anything? How is he with his assisted living? Is he able to go to the grocery store on his own? Is he able to manage certain things? How is he with living in there and gathering with his other roommates? How are their behavior going? As well as even transportation wise. So with the assisted living, they would have transportation, because with Alex having a job, you're not sure, well, you won't be comfortable enough for him to be driving. So with then they would have, care for, driving care for him to, transportation care for him to move from work, home, or grocery store, or anywhere that he may need to go. So that is my vocational transitional plan for vocational, educational, post-education, I should say, and assisted living. Thank you.